Good afternoon. My name is Giovanna Jannard, Assistant Vice President for Strategic Communication at Old Dominion University and the co-chair of REYES. On behalf of the REYES planning team, I extend you a warm welcome to the remote experience for young engineers and scientists that starts today and will take place over the next 8 weeks. Let me begin by sharing a story about a learning project that produced a small object with a huge reach. For a period of over 3 years, some 50 of our science and engineering students designed a CubeSat to measure atmospheric conditions for NASA. It was deployed last summer from the International Space Station. The person you see pictured here, Kim Wright, a Perry Honors College graduate and the recipient of 2 degrees from ODU, led the CubeSat project as a student, and she was hired as an engineer for NASA, where she works in mission control in Houston, Texas. With that career start, I would say the universe is her limit, and I hope the same will be true for you. This program was created by the team of fellow volunteers you see on the ODU screen to offer science, technology, engineering, and math-related content virtually to people around the world who, because of the pandemic, were not able to travel to our campus and participate in STEM-related summer experiences. By creating a virtual program, we are bringing free content from leading experts directly to your home. Please join me in thanking our team of volunteers, Orlando Ayala, Raúl Briceño, Carol Considine, Néstor Escobales, Christopher Fleming, Carlos Hernández Garcia, Oscar Gonzalez, Alan Meca, Tiffany Whitfield, and Maite Wilson. The goal of the REYES program is to inspire the next generation of scientists, engineers, inventors, and entrepreneurs. By participating in this program, you will learn about the latest and cutting-edge research and innovation that is taking place at Old Dominion University. And through our work with national research facilities such as NASA and Jefferson Lab. We thank all the faculty at ODU and researchers who donated their time so we could offer REYES free of charge to the greater community. Old Dominion University is a large public research university with a diverse campus of learners and scholars. We believe diversity and inclusivity benefits everyone by inspiring a richer understanding of other perspectives. With faculty encouragement and guidance, our students gain valuable experience through internships and research projects, solving real-life challenges such as tackling sea level rise and flooding resilience, stopping cancer growth with bioelectric nanopulses, keeping hospital records secure through cybersecurity, designing autonomous underwater vehicles through the Virginia Institute of Spaceflight and Autonomy, or joining oceanography scientists aboard our 55-foot vessel to study the Chesapeake Bay estuaries and conduct research along the coastlines surrounding our waterfront campus. Old Dominion University collaborates regularly with research facilities across the region, and we are grateful for the support of the following collaborators. The Thomas Jefferson National Accelerator Facility, JLab, is a Department of Energy Office of Science national laboratory. Scientists worldwide utilize the lab's unique particle accelerator to probe the most basic building blocks of matter. Founded in 1917, NASA Langley Research Center is the nation's first civilian aeronautical research facility and NASA's first field center. Langley is where NASA researches solutions to challenges ranging from global climate change and access to space, to air travel and future aviation vehicles. We are also grateful to Huntington Ingalls Industries, the nation's largest military shipbuilding company. CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, which is home to the world's largest particle accelerator, the Large Hadron Collider, where the Higgs boson was discovered. Joining us also are Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México, the Mexican Space Agency, the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, Aereo, a company that combines augmented reality for organizations, and the College of William and Mary, the second oldest university in the US. In addition to these research collaborators, we will also be joined by one of our very own physics alumni. Andrew Dotson graduated from ODU's physics program in 2018. In addition to being a doctoral student, he has become a famous YouTuber with nearly 150,000 global subscribers to his physics channel. We are able to bring you some of these experts because ODU is located in the coastal region of Hampton Roads, Virginia, which is known for its high-tech and research facilities, and we have strong ties with our regional collaborators. As we zoom into the map, you can see that we are located only a short distance drive from these research facilities. ODU is the largest research partner of Jefferson Lab, and our researchers and students also collaborate regularly with NASA Langley, Huntington Ingalls, Aereo, and many others in our region. There is also a technology zone called the Norfolk Innovation Corridor that connects our region's most prominent academic, medical, and business anchors. The Norfolk Innovation Corridor follows the Elizabeth River Trail in the city of Norfolk and runs right through our campus, making us a regional hub of research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. We are excited to share our research hub with all of you, and I am proud to report that the REYES program has reached more than 5,000 now global participants, with 900 from Virginia and more than 1,400 from 42 states in the United States. In addition to participants in the mainland US, we also welcome 210 registrants from my hometown of Puerto Rico and have people joining us from 89 countries around the globe, including more than 1,500 from Mexico. And now it is my honor to introduce the president of Old Dominion University to our global participants. In the past 2 years, President Broderick received the President's Award from the National Association of Student Personnel Administrators and the Community Leaders Award from the Urban League of Hampton Roads. He chairs the Council of Presidents of the Southeastern Universities Research Association and also led the Council of Presidents in Virginia and for Conference USA. At the request of students, the Kate and John R. Broderick Dining Commons was named after the President and First Lady for spearheading inclusion initiatives and their commitment to diversity and student success. During his presidency, the university has received nearly $930 million in new resources, including the largest gift in its history, a $37 million donation to establish the Berry Art Museum. Most recently, Old Dominion received an additional $29 million from the state to increase the number of graduates as part of the Tech Talent Investment Program. Ladies and gentlemen, President Broderick.
Okay, well, good afternoon, and thank you, Giovanna, and also thank you for your work on this event. And I also want to take an opportunity in front of the assembled here to thank my ODU colleagues who have put together, I believe, a stellar program for you with incredible opportunities. So part of my job here today, and it won't be a lengthy talk, is to first of all welcome you to Old Dominion and this new and exciting program, Remote Experience for Young Engineers and Scientists, or REYES, as we've already explained to you. And in the response to REYES, the university's first virtual global STEM program has been phenomenal. More than, and listen to this, while Mrs. Jannard was telling you there's 5,000 registered, we'd have added 300 people since she gave those remarks just a minute or two ago. So we're actually up to 5,300 of you who have registered for this. So I mean, this is remarkable to see that number grow where we are. Most of you are from outside the United States, spanning 90 countries, and half of you are Latinx, illustrating Old Dominion's strong history of diversity and inclusion. Old Dominion, as was mentioned earlier, has displayed a significant commitment to STEM education, producing the second largest percentage of STEM-age graduates among Virginia's institutions, both public and private. and that amounts to well over 65 different schools. 2 years ago, we established our Center for Telehealth, Innovation, Education, and Research. Last year, we launched the Virginia Institute for Spaceflight Autonomy at nearby Wallops Island, another NASA facility within an easy driving range of the campus. And our new cutting-edge chemistry building will open this fall. That I have emphasis on. And also, I should tell you, we're already a leader in cybersecurity at a national level, with over 500 students enrolled in a program that only began 2 years ago. Over the next 8 weeks, we, my Old Dominion colleagues and others, will share our STEM expertise, introducing you to astrophysicists, artificial intelligence, and many other science and engineering disciplines. You'll get to be crime solvers using forensic entomology, and you'll use gaming technology to simulate the spread of the coronavirus. And hopefully you can also help us find a solution to stop the threat of the coronavirus. In addition to Old Dominion's top scientists and engineers, you'll be learning from leading professionals at nearby institutions such as NASA and the Jefferson Lab. And I want to thank all the experts as well as our REYES team of volunteers for donating their time so we can provide this program for you free of charge. Our hope is that this experience will sharpen your interest in these fields, and in just a few years, you perhaps will join the ranks of the leading thinkers and entrepreneurs across the world. I thank you for participating in REYES. I wish you a fascinating and enjoyable journey over the next several months. We're in unprecedented times in our world right now, but I'm strengthened by the notion that over 5,000 of you are connected here today, helping us try to not only learn from your great ideas and your energy, but also to find solutions that we all know are for world problems that need to be solved rather than later. So thank you. I hope you have a terrific journey during the course of this program, and thank you for giving me a couple moments of your time.
Thank you, President Broderick. Next, we have Dawn Stansbury, Interim Vice President for Student Engagement and Enrollment Services. Dawn?
Good afternoon. I would also like to add my welcome and greetings from Old Dominion University. You heard our president talk about our diverse campus, our commitment to technology, to learning, and all of the great things that we're doing. And we're happy to share a little bit of Old Dominion here with you today and over the next few weeks as a participant of this program. Old Dominion is a very diverse and inclusive campus community with faculty and staff and students from various states and countries. And we take great pride in that diversity and know that that's going to enrich the lives of our students, our faculty, and our staff, and our community. We also have been at the forefront of online learning with over 30 years of online programs. So for a student that would like to take classes in the classroom on our main campus or from afar at home, we can do that through our online programs. Old Dominion has a wide variety of undergraduate and graduate programs, both in the classroom and online, appealing to a large number of students and different ways of learning. I do hope as you can consider your next move and whatever that is in terms of your pursuit of education, you'll keep Old Dominion University in mind, that programs like this are the cornerstone of who we are as Old Dominion. We take great pride in our entrepreneurship, our innovation, and our commitment to change and to technology. So on behalf of the Division of Student Engagement and Enrollment Services, I also say welcome and encourage you to check out our admissions website. When you're thinking about that college that's in your future, I want you to think about Old Dominion University.
Thank you, Vice President Stansbury. And now I would like to introduce you to Gail Dodge, Dean of the College of Sciences.
Thank you very much, Giovanna. I'm just going to share my screen real quick. So I want to add my welcome to everyone who's watching us here today. first time we've been doing this, and I think we will show you quite a few interesting faculty and staff, and what some give you an opportunity to hear some of their expertise. I just want to take a few minutes and tell you a little bit about the College of Sciences at Old Dominion University. First, I want to explain that we have 7 departments in the college. The ones that you might normally think of are here, of course: computer science and biology and math and physics. We also have a department of ocean and earth sciences, and psychology is in the College of Sciences here at Old Dominion University. Our psychology department is very much about experimentation, and so it's very appropriate that they're in our college here. Our students at ODU have many opportunities to learn, not just in the classroom, but also doing field work with researchers. They learn in the laboratory, and of course, we have many online programs. I want to mention that we offer a bachelor's and a master's and a PhD in every single program, in every single department. And then we have many interesting tracks within our different departments. So just as an example, we have a new environmental science track in the Department of Ocean and Earth Sciences. We have a data science major in math and statistics. You can major in marine biology, or you can participate in the Monarch Teach program, which is preparing science students to be high school teachers, which is extraordinarily needed. Our faculty are outstanding. We have over 200 full-time faculty. They're experts in their fields. They love to teach. They engage with the students wherever they can, not just in the classroom, but in the lab. And they've won many awards, and they're extraordinarily innovative. And just to give you one example of that, I have the picture of Raul Berchenio here. He is one of the organizers of this REYES program, and he is a member of the physics faculty. He's also a scientist at Jefferson Lab, which you heard Giovanna say a little bit about. He won an international award for excellence in lattice field theory, so he's an outstanding theorist, on top of being a great teacher. And you'll have a chance to experience that, if you want to, by taking his Python for Physics course, which is going to be offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3 as part of this program. We have a lot of opportunities for our students outside of the classroom. First of all, undergraduate research is something we stress very strongly at ODU. We provide opportunities not only for course-based research, which is sometimes where people start in their first year or two, but also we have funding from the National Science Foundation in many of our departments to do research experience for undergraduates. You can work with individual faculty members in their research groups, and we do provide funding for students to go and present their research at conferences. There are many internships available through the Career Development Services. We provide what we call lunch and learn talks by alumni about careers and professional development. And finally, we provide networking events because we want to connect students not only with research opportunities, but also internships and volunteer opportunities. We have quite a few facilities and resources in the college. This is just a small list, but I want to mention in particular the Institute for Coastal Adaptation and Resilience, which is ODU ICAR. This institute is an outstanding opportunity if you're interested in any kind of resilience or climate change or flooding or the social aspects of that. This is an institute which involves all 6 of the colleges at Old Dominion University. It's not just science and engineering. It's extraordinarily interdisciplinary, and there are many opportunities for undergraduates to get involved. We also have the Center for Accelerator Science, which is where we teach students to build accelerators like the ones at CERN or the ones at Jefferson Lab. We're one of the very few institutions, very few universities in the United States that offers such specialized training in accelerator science. We have the Kaplan Orchids Conservatory, which is a place where you can see beautiful orchids. We have a major instrumentation center with all kinds of mass spec and NMR machines and other kinds of things you might use for research. And undergraduates do use these things as well. The Aquatics Research Facility, we have a nuclear and particle physics research facility where our students are involved in doing experiments for Jefferson Lab, and the Center for Coastal Physical Oceanography. Again, this just is to name a few of the resources that are available to our faculty and to our students. Finally, I want to mention, as President Broderick already did, the new chemistry building. We are so proud of this building. It's coming online and will be open for classes in 2021. It has absolutely state-of-the-art classrooms, research laboratories, teaching laboratories, and instrumentation on which students can learn. It'll also have a digital theater and planetarium, which will be a breathtaking place to present public lectures and other science presentations. So I will just close by saying that there are many ways you can keep in touch with the College of Sciences. There's many ways you can contact us. I've listed our contact information here to the right. We have lab tours on the first Friday of every month, although I'm not quite sure how we'll be doing those in the fall, maybe virtually, we'll see. And I have at the bottom here a video that you can watch of students talking about their experience majoring in science at ODU. And that's all I have to say. Thank you and welcome to the REYES program. We're so glad you're joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Dodge. Ben Stewart, Interim Dean of the Baton College of Engineering and Technology, will say a few words.
Thank you, Giovanna. It's a great honor to represent the Baton College of Engineering and Technology. We welcome you all to the REYES program. We're so excited to have you be part of the engineering and technology programs here at Old Dominion University. The Baton College of Engineering and Technology consists of 6 departments. We have 5 engineering programs and 3 engineering technology programs. And we're very excited about some new efforts. You've heard about the Tech Talent Pipeline with computer science and computer engineering. And we're excited that the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering will develop a completely 100% online program starting this fall. And so we're excited to start some new efforts in computer engineering, including a major in modeling and simulation engineering. The College of Engineering and Technology is a little over 2,000 undergraduate students and almost 1,000 graduate students. Many of our graduate students are in programs such as engineering management and systems engineering. And our undergraduates are doing some exciting things. You heard about the CubeSat program. College of Engineering is so excited to be part of CubeSat. But our students in the last year or two have ran Baja vehicles around the country, and they've placed very highly in national competitions. And we've also been off the coast of Hawaii running unmanned vehicles in the waters of the Pacific. Students do hands-on work, they just don't do theoretical work. And we're really excited this fall to announce the opening of our Engineering Makerspace and Innovation Center. This is a 7,000 square foot facility where students starting in the freshman year will have opportunities to come to innovate, to collaborate, to design, to build. It's hands-on work, and we want our students to get opportunities from the very first semester in the design and building, and then redesign and rebuilding of systems and components. We're also very excited to open up this fall our Advanced Manufacturing Center, better known as a 3D print center, but this isn't your standard 3D printing. We print in many materials, not just plastics, but ceramics and also in metals. And we're very excited to have opportunities for our students to get involved, again, in hands-on activities. We're getting ready to push forward on manufacturing engineering and manufacturing engineering technology, and we're excited about new opportunities in those areas as well. So in addition to civil, electrical, mechanical engineering, and engineering technology, we have programs again in computer engineering and in modeling and simulation, and then our graduate programs again in all of those disciplines with the inclusion of engineering management and systems engineering. So there's some great opportunities. You're going to see just a bit of that over the course of the next 8 weeks. We welcome you to look in on the introduction to engineering side of the program that's being offered. And we're really excited about the coronavirus simulation using gaming technology. I'm sure that'll be a big hit, and I'm looking forward to that as well. So again, on behalf of the Baton College of Engineering and Technology, I welcome you. I thank all my faculty for their participation. We're excited about what you're going to see in the next 8 weeks, and we hope you enjoy yourself. Have a great time, and we look forward to seeing you sometime in the future here in the Baton College. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Stewart. Please join me in welcoming our next speaker, Robert Witovich, Vice Provost and Dean of the Graduate School.
Thank you, Giovanna. Let me add my welcome and my sincerest wishes for a successful REYES experience. And let me add this thought as well. For those of you thinking that someday you'd like to join the ranks of our esteemed presenters, an advanced degree is a surefire pathway toward a research-focused career. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about graduate school. My staff is too, whether it's here at ODU or elsewhere in the weeks ahead. Enjoy.
Thank you. And next on our agenda is Reyes co-chair Raul Briceño, assistant professor of physics at ODU and scientist at Jefferson Lab, who will do a walkthrough of the Reyes program. Take it away, Raul.
Okay, all right, so thank you very much for that nice and beautiful introduction. To the students out there, welcome to REYES. You can now relax. My job is basically to walk you through all the little bits of administrative details that we want to present to start conveying as much content as possible, okay? So consider your welcome done, and now this is where the real work starts. So I decided that I would start with the website, which you have seen already because you have registered. So there's a little bit of redundancy here, but that's okay. Redundancy is okay. So this is the main page where you go. There's a little information. We had a beautiful quote from my colleague Basha Tershik that should, inspire you, motivate you. I'm going to skip over the team since we've already covered the team. So the next thing that I would like to point is to the list of presenters and panelists. So you see many beautiful faces of our colleagues and friends. So Alan Mecca, he's another REYES team member. We have Emitra Wartha, who's a very close friend of mine that is going to be joining us from Berkeley Labs. And so you have tons of information, plenty of presenters there. I'm going to skip the registration page because obviously you've registered if you hear my voice. So let's skip over that. Then let me showcase the calendar. So the calendar that you see here is an interactive calendar. So you have all this packed schedule. I will be showing you a detailed one in PDF in just a second. But if you go to the website, if you click into one of these activities, what you will get is information. So you will have the title of the event up here. You will see the speaker, the name of the speaker, the credentials, their institution, and then a little bio sketch that they've chosen to highlight what is their history, what is their professional history. And then here you'll see a description of the event, okay? So I would encourage you to take a look at the activities that you're interested in participating, so you have a little more detail there. Then you will see a news page. This actually is a little outdated. I took this picture last night and we've already put more news up there. So I would encourage you to, this is where we're gonna be putting the latest up-to-date information. If any changes in the schedule or any other questions that may remain unanswered, we'll start putting this into this page. And let me reemphasize that this website is going to be continuously updated. We've been working day and night over a month or two now, and we're going to continue working throughout the whole program. And so we're going to be putting information constantly into the website. So we're going to be putting videos, among other informations, which I'll touch on in a second. One important thing is that we're looking into, many people have asked if there's any way for you, the students, to get accreditation for your participation in this program. We are looking into that possibility of acquiring participation badges. Details are still on the work. And this, once we find out that information, we'll put it on the website. So if you're interested in that, I would encourage you to look into the website. Meanwhile, I would also encourage you to fill out the surveys, of which I'm going to talk about in a second. These surveys will serve for a metric for us to understand, to really know who's participating and acquiring information. And so this would be a perfect metric for these participation badges. So let me go on to, so having already covered the main website for REYES, let me go on into the streaming website. So first, this is a main streaming website. You've already hit this link. You put in your name, your email, since you're hearing my voice. So awesome. Okay, that's a simple test that you've passed. A less simple test is to find which streaming you should be looking at, right? We have 7 different streamings categorized by different activities. These color-coded panels correspond to the color-coded calendar that you will find at the REYES website. And so you should be able to see which stream you should be looking at which time. Right now, we're in this stream. Later on, we're going to stay in this stream for another hour. And then at 3 p.m., we're going to be moving into the engineering session stream. So you can give yourself a little pat in the back for passing this test. So good for you. Let's move on. So as you're seeing me and others live here, you should be able to see something that looks like this, where we want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear what questions you may have. And in fact, you should be able to stream questions right now. So if you have any questions for us, I would encourage you to do the following. First, put in your full name. So you see, here's my full name, Raul Diseño. Put your email. In case we don't get to your question now, we have a way to get back to you in the future if needed. Put your current location. You see that I'm putting my city, my state, and country. And so I would encourage you to do the same, your city, state, or province, and country, so we know exactly where in the world you're coming from. We want to hear about our diverse international community. And one tip for the student, when you're asking your question, the more eloquent and more accurate it is, the easier it is for us to process and for us to get to it and answer it. And so I would encourage you to think carefully about the structure of your question so that we may easily get to it. If we don't get to your question while you're asking it, what we're going to do is print out all the questions that haven't been answered and then try to answer them in a later stage, either by emailing directly to you or posting it into our websites into a frequently asked questions page. So we will try to get to the bulk of your questions. So please, bear with us if we don't get to your question right away. Finally, I mentioned previously the idea of a survey, and this is where you would fill out that survey. So here you go into your feedback prompt, and this is a place where you can let us know what you think. And so here, there's a little link, and so if you click that link, it will take you to another web page where there's a little survey. Please fill out the survey after each activity. We will try to remind you of this, but this is a great way for us to know exactly what you thought of the activity, what are your thoughts about the program as a whole, and this will keep us informed on how to do our job better and serve you better if needed. But also this would be a metric for us to potentially give out those previously mentioned badges. Okay, so please do that. And finally, I mentioned that the website is getting updated continuously. And in fact, just this morning, we started posting already videos. Some of the videos we're recording all these activities right now. So this is being recorded. We will process this and then post it in our website. All the activities, all the videos associated to every single one of the activities will be posted and made freely available to you, including all the content that is being covered. We want to make everything freely available. That being said, we also have videos that are previously recorded videos. One that you can see here is of the electrical and computer engineering program at ODU, so you can get a little sense of what that program looks like. Dean Dodge mentioned a video in her slides, a video for the College of Science. We'll be posting that shortly here. Also, you have a tour right now that is already available, a virtual tour of our Orchid Conservatory. If you've not seen that, it's a beautiful video. So I strongly recommend it. It's quite amazing. So we're going to be posting all our videos here, not just the pre-recorded ones, as well as the ones that you're seeing right now. Okay, so let me cover what are all the activities that we have available, that we're making available for you. So we have over 50 events in 8 weeks. We have 60 plus panelists and speakers, so people that are making themselves freely available, volunteer their time and effort to make this content available for you. We have over 40 talks on special topics by experts, most of them in the Hampton Roads area, so close to Norfolk, but some of them are coming from other places around the world. We have more than a dozen panels. We have several interactive classes, including I'm going to be hosting a class, and we have several from the College of Engineering. And then in addition to that, we also decided to have some events that are just fun and social. So we have a little bit of everything, okay? So to give you a sense of what this really means, let me walk you through the schedule. As I mentioned, I would show you the PDF version of the schedule. And this is what the first week looks like. you see that most of the activities are centered between 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, which is the Virginia time currently, all the way to 4 p.m. If you're somewhere else around the world, you have to do the math, right? And also remember that the US has this funny system of having, one time zone in one time of the year and another time zone. So just put your time zone and compare it to Virginia into Google. It'll tell you, how to translate this, okay? Some of you, this might be too late since we have participants from, say, China. So, and other, the other side of the world. And so this might be a little bit too late, but as I said, we're going to be posting all the videos for you. So this is where we are in the session, very first event. We've already been welcome. This is the next event that we have available that is going to be a talk by Dr. Crompton, giving us a glimpse into the world of AI. Next, after that, we're going to have a talk by Dr. Slaughter on implantable and wearable biosensors. So we're going to have 2 back-to-back talks today. Tomorrow, you're going to wake up, well, not wake up, this is going to be later in the day. You're going to hear a class that I am co-teaching with Dr. Ted Rogers, who's a Department of Energy Early Career Award recipient. And we're going to be teaching you how to use Python and programming in general into solving science problems with physics in mind. But a lot of the tools that we're going to be teaching you about are simply based on statistics or data analysis, things that are just useful in any research projects that you might consider in your career, not just physics. And then after our course, you're going to hear a panel on from faculty in the College of Science telling you about the different academic opportunities that the college has to offer, and what is science really, why should you study science in this day and age? And I think that answer is a little bit clear for you since you're so motivated to come to do a STEM program in the summer, but they're going to dive into, what are the opportunities that science can bring into you. And then on Wednesday, we're going to hear a talk from Dr. Odette on computational modeling and simulation, addressing what-if questions in scientific modeling, surgical training, transportation simulations, etc. And so this gives you a sense of all the different rich activities that we have there, that we have available just in this week. I encourage you to go into the online ODU calendar where you can see a more detailed description of each event. Let me just skip through and show you the other weeks. We have a packed schedule full of lectures, activities, courses, etc., panels. We have several panels on related to diversity issues in STEM in general. So we have one on women engineering. We have a diversity in STEM panel, as well as many others. One, I mentioned the fact that we have social events. So let me highlight a couple. Here's one. We're going to have a yoga class with Anja, who's a friend of mine in the area, and she's volunteered to give a free yoga session. We know that being on the computer might be a little stressful, so this is a good time for you to relax, meditate, and meanwhile getting a little exercise, so that's good, right? And here's another one. So on the 4th week, we're going to have a trivia night, and I should have maybe emphasized this a little bit more earlier. So we're going to have a trivia night on the information that you're learning in REYES. So you're going to be learning about different fields in science, very special, different topics, and the speakers are going to be giving you trivia information related to their topics. I would encourage you to write down, take notes, and remember as much as possible. And then on this day, our physics alumnus, Andrew Dodson, which Giovanna already introduced, who's a PhD student in New Mexico State University. He's a YouTube presenter. He's going to be hosting a trivia night on the information that you've learned throughout the first 4 weeks. In fact, he's graciously going to host 2 different trivia nights. The second one is going to be at the end of the program. So let me fast forward. Here's the 5th week. It looks packed again. In addition to the schedule 1 to 4, we also have a course on the second half of the day on coronavirus simulation with gaming technologies that is going to be taking place throughout that week. It's going to be a 4-part course. 6th week, busy. 7th week, busy as well. And then after short 8 weeks of busy, interesting materials will be done. And as I mentioned, we're going to have a final REYES trivia night. And so I think we're running a little bit ahead. I think we have a little bit of time of questions. Do we have any questions, Giovanna?
We do. We actually do, Raul. We have Alejandro Miron Jabalera, who's joining us from Mexicali, Mexico. He would like to know if we need to download any programs for any of the activities.
No. So everything is going to be no. There's no additional program other than the streaming website, so you can do everything through the URL that was given for the streaming. And all you're going to be able to do is just, if you're going to, as you're doing just now, you can send your questions that way, and we'll be able to read them out loud and give you the feedback and information. Some of the activities, they might ask you to do additional steps to provide information or content with you. For example, in my class, I am asking students, I'm passing all my slides and information via Dropbox, and so you would have to have a Dropbox account, but that's free for you, and that can be acquired for free, and we can share the content. So that's something that the speaker or the professor hosting the class can direct you and let you know. But to first approximation, you don't need to download anything else than what you have right now.
Great. We have another question from Marcelo Fernando Condori Mendoza. He is joining us from La Paz City in Bolivia, and he would like to know how many classes would you recommend they participate in, as well as once they complete the program, is it possible to earn like an e-badge?
Okay, great question. Okay, so I think the answer to the first question, so there's two questions. How many classes do you take? I think Professor Tarsek's quote right here is a perfect response to this question. Really, REYES, what it is an intellectual buffet. So people can participate to the extent to which they are hungry. So the answer to your question is, how hungry are you? So if you're really ambitious and you want to take all the classes, by all means do. But we don't want to, if it's too much of a load, relax. You don't have to take them all at the same time. We're making all the materials available. We're making all the videos available for you. And these are going to be available even after the program is over. So if you want to focus on one activity and stay busy with that, and then look back at the videos and learn about the other ones, you're welcome to do that too. So however hungry and capable you are, we will try to satisfy your needs. And the second question was?
The second question was regarding the e-badges, Raul. They were interested to know, how many programs do they have to participate in order to earn an e-badge?
Yeah, okay. So as I said, we're still working out the details for this. And so I'm going to dodge this question and point you to the website. And as soon as we have the information detailed, we'll make it available on the website. In the meantime, just go to all the activities that you're interested in, that you want to participate in, and fill out the surveys, because this is a way for us to know that you were in that one activity. And so let's say if the criteria were hypothetically that you would have to be in 80% of the activities, then this would be a way for us to measure that. I'm not saying that's a metric. I'm just telling you an example, okay? So we will get to we'll address this question as soon as we can.
Excellent. Our next question comes from Lucas Garate from Viñas del Mar in Chile. And the question is, the person is a college student and they're currently attending classes this summer, and they would like to know if it's possible for them to view some of the classes they may miss later via the recordings.
Yeah, so the answer, okay, first off, I'm really happy to hear all the South American representation, or Central and South Latin American representation. That's awesome. Yes, the videos will be made available so you can watch them whenever you want. So if you're overloaded, your schedule, it doesn't allow it, you're working, if you have a family and you're raising a family, and during the days you have to teach them, and so during the hours that you're teaching your kids, it might not be appropriate for you to be watching the videos as well. That's all these, we're accommodating all your needs by just making these videos available afterwards. And you can send us questions if you have that we haven't addressed in the videos so we can hopefully address them later on.
Excellent. Our next question comes from Michelle Minch, who's joining us from Alston, Poland. And this person would like to know, how long will the recorded events be available, and can I watch them after the program ends?
We have no limit. So the recorded videos are going to be made available for indefinitely. And yes, you can watch them afterwards.
Great. Our next question is actually for a session that you'll be teaching later on, Python for Physics. And it comes to us from Hamza Shazdez, who's from Ontario, Canada. And this person would like to know if they need to know Python in order to enroll in your programming class.
No, that's a great question. So no, this class actually, so Professor Rogers and I started it last year, and we hosted it locally for local high school students. And we designed it so that we assume no science or computational background. We assume that you know algebra, but that's about it. So no calculus, no physics, no programming. The idea is to get you from nothing to be able to do data analysis, make your own plots, input data, output data, basic stuff. And I'll cover the ideas of this in our class tomorrow, but to first approximation, anybody can join with no background. We'll, in fact, tomorrow, the first thing we're going to do is not only explain to you what the course is about and give you some context and motivations, but also try to get you to install Python with us. So we don't assume that you have it installed. In fact, you don't even have to install it. We'll show you how you can use your websites to just code up and directly there. So no, we assume nothing from you.
Excellent. And our next question is coming from Daniela Toribio. She's joining us from New York in the USA. She is asking if freshmen in high school are allowed to take the class.
Yeah, so I should have said, so last year, even though we designed the course for high schoolers, and we had as young as freshman students, it was a course that was also taken by high school students, undergrads. We even had some grad students, and even we had high school teachers. And so this is the course that is designed purposefully so that even though we're assuming little to no mathematical background, we try to make it useful for as wide of an audience as possible. And so to first approximation, there's no limit on your age, early or later. It doesn't matter, anybody's welcome. If you don't find it immediately useful, because we are assuming that you know a little bit of algebra, or you find it, things are certainly over your head. At that point, the beauty of it is that we're making the videos available and all the material available, so you can view it later on.
Excellent. There are some people also that would like to know if any of the materials, so we have somebody, Mandar Joshi is joining us from Mumbai. Hello, Joshi. This person would like to know if the materials will be uploaded to Dropbox, or where can they find the materials?
Oh, yeah. So the material is available on Dropbox. I was grinning because we have our first person from Mumbai. Hello, Mumbai. Yes, the material I already sent. So if you haven't registered for Python for Physics and you want to register, all you have to do is go back to the registration page. Where was the registration page? So it's going to be on the main page. So if you go here, you register and you hit Python for Physics, you will be added to the email list. And I'm going to be sending emails, including the Dropbox link. If you haven't registered and you don't, what you can do is just go to the Python for Physics course tomorrow at this link, and I'll give you the link to the Dropbox folder there. Okay, so everything will be made available freely in Dropbox.
Excellent, Raul. Our next question is from Diego Donovan. He comes to us from Livermore, California in the USA, and he would like to know what kind of work is required outside of live presentations. I think people are thinking, you know, it's summer, and are we going to have to work on homework?
A little bit, yeah. So it depends on the activity. So some activities will be, I can't speak for all the faculty. I can say that from my end, yes, you will have to code outside of being in front of the computer. So yes, you're expected to work. That being said, it's up to you how hard you work. It's up to you what amount of time you work. The beauty of this is that we design problems and then we give you the solutions. So you can look at the solutions if you get stuck, and you can put as much time as you want, and you can always improve on our code. So yes, there's going to be some work extra if for some of the activities. Other activities, no, you can just relax, sit back, and enjoy the show.
Like yoga, right?
Like yoga, it's like, well, with yoga you should do work.
Excellent. And next we have a question from Jose Ernesto Wainwright Rueda. He's coming to us from Honduras, and he would like to know what kind of level do we need for the virtual summer camp?
What kind of level?
So I think they mean like, right, back to your point earlier, anybody can really join. So it doesn't matter. The level is just your level of interest in sciences and engineering. And so you're welcome to join us from wherever you are. If you're in middle school, if you're in high school, if you're in college, or if you have several degrees, as Dr. Watovich has, you're welcome to join us and enjoy our summer program.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Excellent. And then our next question is actually a really good one. It's from Aja Williams. She's joining us from locally here from Chesapeake, Virginia. Oh. And she would like to know if participants need to have any notebooks or supplies nearby during class.
Not necessary. It's okay. I mean, it's up to you how you take notes. If you're going to be taking notes with pen and paper, then that would make more sense. You can also have multiple windows open and just type directly into your computer if you want to take notes. One good reason to take notes, let me reemphasize this, is because we're going to be hosting a trivia night. So if you want to do well in trivia, and imagine what is the joy of how is this going to work out? So imagine how you are when you're watching Jeopardy at home with your family and you're trying to guess the right answers, right? So you have a little bit of joy when you get the right answer before your parents, let's say. This is the kind of joy that we're talking about. So if you want to do successfully and have fun in this, it requires that you take notes, that you are engaged, that you understand the material, and that you go back to it and look at it again. So this is a fully nerdy, fun activity, and that requires some engagement on your part. So I would say do whatever you need to do to take notes, whether it's on a sheet of paper or on your computer. That's really up to you.
Thanks, Raul. And we have Gordon Arscott, who's joining us from Irvine, Scotland in the United Kingdom. And he would like to know, what are the rough prerequisites in regards to math, statistics, or calculus? They just want to know if they need a certain level of preparation for math to enroll in some of the courses or participate.
No, there's no, I mean, for some of the courses, maybe you're assuming a little bit of algebra, perhaps a little bit of trigonometry, but not really. Calculus, definitely not. And so it's really, these activities are meant to focus more on the science and the concepts behind them, and trying to get, even if you have a relatively low background, you will get something. If you have a relatively high background, you will still get something, especially when it comes to the talks given by experts. So these are meant to give you a broad general audience take on these specific fields. And so here, these won't require any background at all, just interest in this field. And some of the classes, a little bit of background is required, but it's going to be minimal. But we still want them to be enriching for even more advanced students.
So we have a couple of questions about Trivia Night. Stephen Marquez, who's joining us from Orlando, Florida in the USA, is asking, he thanks us for the amazing opportunity to learn, and he was wondering if there's any test for the course other than the Trivia Nights. And then we also had another person who wondered, what happens if I don't do good in Trivia Night?
I don't know. I think personal shame might be a consequence of not doing so well in Trivia Night.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, but no, it's supposed to be just fun. It's supposed to be an activity that just motivates you to learn these, just supposed to be it's supposed to be fun if you've learned and been engaged. And we're not going to make it super hard. It's just to try to have a fun time. And if you have not seen Andrew Dodson's videos, I would encourage you to do so. He's just he's a lovely, fun guy, and so he's gonna have we're gonna have a good time with him. And so this is mainly about just engaging and making science fun more than testing your deep knowledge. And the first question I think I missed.
And then they just wanted to know if there's a test.
There's no other test other than this. So Python for physics, we will have homeworks, like I said, so there might be some homeworks, but no tests.
Great. And our next question comes from Gabriela Sloan from my beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Hola. Gabriela would like to know what activities need to be done by the end of the week, and is there a time limit? And this is a great question because we are joined by people who may have taken courses online before. And the good news is that there is none except for Python for physics, I imagine. So I'm going to let you answer that piece. But the question is regarding the time limits. Do they have to do everything by the end of the week, or?
Not even, you don't even, so even in the courses, you don't have to do the activities within the time frame that is allotted. The reason why you would do that is if we present some, so here, for example, in this course, we will be presenting how to install Python. If you struggle with this, if you try doing it and you struggle, then by Thursday session, you can send us messages and take the opportunity to engage with us. And we will have experts, or we'll have TAs, as well as Ted and I, that we can try to assist you in answering your questions. The same thing goes for the other courses. So if you're, for example, in this coronavirus simulation with gaming technology, if Dr. Shannon is going to be presenting material on the first day, and so if you miss out on that, then on the second day, you will be less engaged. And so you lose the opportunity to engage with him and his team directly. And so I would encourage you to stay updated, even though it might be challenging sometimes. But if it's too much, you can always just go back and see the videos. And if you have questions, you can email them to us, and we could try to address them later on. I think we